Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at a one-shot build. This is going to be for Naoe. And we're going to be focusing on two particular weapons that are going to be doing a lot of damage. We are going to be able to get our adrenaline back and are able to use our abilities over and over, which is going to make us very powerful regardless the type of enemies you're going to go against. As you are able to see here in the background, the gameplay, we're going to first take a look at this amazing katana. This is the Serene katana of security. What we're looking here is the following. One, we're going to be able to see what is our highest ability damage. As you're able to see, 12 with 454, that is very, very high. So we're going to be hitting hard whenever we are doing our consistent ability damage. And this is what makes this build amazing because as you ever see here, our first perk, it says 125% of adrenaline chunk with critical hits. So that is a lot. And then on top of this, we're also going to have 24 damage of armor piercing with abilities. So our katana is not only just going to be able to hit hard, is going to take out enemies in one shot, which is amazing. So drop it in the comment section below if you guys have better perks than these that make this build much better. Just drop it in the comments, let me know. Then we're going to be taking a look at this ink spiller epic Tanto. This Tanto is amazing because it does have a very high weapon DPS with its ability damage, but it does have 60% adrenaline gain when hitting vulnerable enemies. And I'm also going to show you the different type of mastery skill points that you need to be able to make this very powerful. And with this, we'll also have a 12% damage with ability. So that means that we're going to be consistently hitting our ability at a very high damage. So with this, we're also going to be taking a look at this epic headgear. This is the Ghost Walker hood. This one comes with a 12% damage with melee weapon. So since we're using our different two weapons, and this one is going to give us a 24 armor piercing and a 100% critical hit, and this one gives you a 12% damage with abilities, and this hood with the engraving of 12% damage with melee weapons, and on top of this, we're going to have a 20% damage to enemies above half health. So pretty much anyone you're hitting for the first time, you're going to be able to hit them very hard. Now, I'm also going to show you guys, give you a couple of tips on what exactly you need to do if you don't have this type of engravings or this different type of armor. What we need to look forward to is the following. One is that you're something that's going to give you constant damage, regardless if you're breaking armor or if you are hitting enemies above a particular type of health damage. But also you're going to want to look for something that is going to gain your adrenaline back so you are able to hit with your abilities harder each single time. With this, we're also looking at this one that it gives us a high critical hit damage. With this, we also have a 20% damage and also a 25% adrenaline gain with melee weapons. What this works perfectly is, since we're having a very high crit here, we're also going to be able to get this that has this very high 125% of adrenaline chunk with critical hits. So as you're able to see here, it's a lot crit damage, which we're going to be able to destroy enemies, as you guys are able to see here, regardless the size, regardless the speed. Oh, and by the way, did I say that this is on the hardest difficulty in the game? As you're able to see here, how do you know? Well, you're able to see that the enemies do move particularly a lot faster. They're a little bit more smarter, the AI, but doesn't matter. This build does it all. That is what makes this amazing. Now, of course, we're going to be adding this trinket. What you want here is the following. Something that's going to give you your adrenaline back, of course, and your crit hit damage, as you're able to see here, more crit and more adrenaline gain. But for something in particular, that is going to give you that 100% or the highest you could find with armor piercing on critical hits. Overall, we're just going to be creating every single time that we're going to be able to hit enemies. So that is why this becomes powerful. And on top of this, of course, we're going to be able to get this 15% per non-legendary equipped item, which is, you guys know if you're following the channel, this is by far the best of the best engraving that you can get whenever you are using all non-legendary items. So overall, we're just going to be hitting over 75% because it's 15, 15, 30, that's 60, and then another 15, that's 75 additional damage. No, we cannot include the horsey because the horsey is not part of our equipped gear, okay? So, but drop it in the comments if you guys have experience that it does include this. So then that would be at 100%. But I don't know, guys. It does not, for me, work. Anyways, so with this, you are able to see how hard we're going to be able to hit. Now, let's take a look at the mastery. With this, we're going to be able to take a look at our katana. What we want here is the following, guys. You need to have this guard breaker katana ability. This is what gives you, and the higher you go, the more you level it up. Look at this. You're going to be able to increase the guard breaker damage by 60%. And this one, the second one is 40%. But overall, this is what is going to make you very, very powerful. The next one is going to be the Eviscerate katana ability. This one's going to hit very, very hard. It's going to do a lot of damage. But this one here is what's going to give you the one single shot every single enemy. Doesn't matter what size, doesn't matter how big they are. But of course, we're going to need to increase our melee expert damage. And we're going to also increase our momentum builder, which is going to increase the damage by consecutive hits by 6%, which works perfectly with this. Then we got our Tanto. This thing is deadly because we're using this particular ability, the hidden hand. And the more you level it up, the more cooldown you get and the harder it's going to hit. And as you're able to see here, one health segment removed when used against unaware enemies. And it does have a nice cooldown, but it becomes very powerful. Of course, if you're using the Tanto, this also comes very handy because it slows down time. Whenever you are in trouble, you could use this. But if you have anything in the build synergized perfectly, you're going to get this as a one shot. And by doing this, we need to do this, guys. We need to increase our armor piercing, increase our damage from behind by 12%, and also increase that crit damage by 4%. The higher it is, the much better you're going to be able to do. In this, we're going to be able to use our in-high sense, which makes you just powerful, invincible for just about 8 seconds. And the more you level it up, it becomes even more deadly. You're also going to be able to do more damage, take out enemies a lot faster. And also what we need to focus here on the following is, of course, increase our abilities, because this is going to help you guys a lot if you are able to want to go this way. But we're going to be able to do this. We're going to increase our damage with abilities by 9%, increase the damage by volt 12%, and of course increase the cooldown on our abilities. Overall, not only are we going to be doing one-shotting, but we're also going to be getting our ability cooldown a lot faster, which makes this very deadly, and of course makes everything in the hardest difficult level a lot easier. And of course, this is our assassin skill tree. Max it out, guys, because this is what your passive skills are on everything that you're able to see here. Remember, circles are passives, in the square ones are your abilities, but in the assassin skill tree level, everything that you see here, it is an ability. So the higher you have it, the more built in, the more health you're going to get, the more damage you're gonna get, and it's gonna increase, and the more stronger your weapons are gonna be against enemies. Overall, that's it. That is how you're able to put this amazing build together. Here is also now a couple tips I want to give you just in case you don't know where to get the best armor. Best armors you guys are going to be able to get is by going to castles. Go in every single castle. Not only do they have those amazing legendary chests, but they also have those different chests that have good loot that you're going to be able to get those epic items. So go to the castles. Once you go in there, you just go one by one and you're going to get that amazing loot. Now, on top of this, you need to go visit the gear vendors. Go to every single gear vendor because what they have is they have all the different type of perks, all the different type of engravings. Now, if you don't know or if you run out of ideas on how to get engravings, all you have to do is change your season. And by changing your season, which is on the upper right, you can change it halfway or you can change it when once, of course, it fills up. And that is going to give you another chance to be able to go to different type of gear vendors and find the different type of engravings that they have. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications to all, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Comes off the Unice Fury, and this one is very easy to get. All you have to do is pull up the map and you guys will find it exactly like here, right here. If you don't have that, you gotta go get it. It's an amazing, not a trinket, but this perk, because you're able to infuse it into this trinket to make it more OP and just generally overpowers your entire gear, which is crazy. So that is how you get that. Now,